You say you put a lot of effort into being organized since you aren't naturally. What are some examples of you that keep you being organized? How do I phrase this? A big one is really dedicating myself to a calendar. Because I found over the years, while I'm really bad at staying organized, I am really, really good at setting a routine. Like if I determine I do this thing in this way at this time, I will do it without fail every single time. I'm really good at that. That's my strength when it comes to organization. So I find that using calendars and alarms, that's really helpful for me. Another thing is I can be very, very forgetful. That's like the biggest thing for me when it comes to being messy and disorganized. I forget things really quickly and really easily, even when it's really important. Things just completely leave my mind. It's in one ear and out the other. And that's kind of rough. That's kind of rough sometimes. So for example, whenever I get a message that's kind of important, maybe messages from management or from the other members of By the Beat, I answer it as soon as I get it. If I don't know the answer, I'll say, I'm gonna have to look into this. I'll get back to you in this amount of time. And then I set an alarm. If I can't even say that, I set an alarm and I mark it as unread. So I have that little red bubble in the corner to remind me. But yeah, I'm really, because if I don't answer it then and there, I'm never gonna answer it. It's not gonna happen. Like I just won't answer it at all. And that's not good. That's not good. You can't do that. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it in this biz. You shouldn't do it in any biz. It's really unprofessional and it's really embarrassing. So I work extra hard to make sure that, you know, I'm not a hassle to work with. I don't want to be a burden on anybody. And thankfully, whenever I do flop, whenever I fail to organize myself, I've always got people supporting me, backing me up to pick up my slack. So I'll be just fine in the end. Yeah, I think those are the two biggest things. It's all about timing and memory for me. So I will set very detailed calendar events with alarms associated with them. And I respond to things as soon as I see them. And if I can't respond, then I set an alarm. Yeah. That's what works for me. Helpful as someone who's struggling. Of course, I hope that any of this can help. If I can improve anybody's life even just a tiny bit, then I will feel very accomplished as a person. Ever get too tired to follow your schedule? Definitely. I've definitely had days like that. There are days when it's honestly, I've had days in my life where it was a struggle to get out of bed and brush my teeth even. I've had some days like that in the past. I find that if it's difficult, pushing through the first one usually makes the rest of them doable, right? For example, say you've got a task list with 3 items for today. We'll make it really simple. Today, you have to take a shower, you have to do your laundry, and you have to go get your groceries. Thinking of all these at the same time can be really overwhelming sometimes, depending on the person or depending on the situation. Like if you've got a lot that you've been keeping up with lately, or if there's a lot on your mind, it can be stressful to think, oh, I've got to do all 3 of these things. But in my case, at least, in my experience, when I'm in that position, in my mind, even though I know I have to do all 3 things, I'll say, okay, today I'm just gonna take a shower. I'm just gonna do the first thing on my list. All right, I'm only gonna do the first thing. And that can still feel a little daunting if you're really miserable or really stressed out. But if you get through that first thing, I always find I successfully complete the first step. And then the second and third don't feel so stressful anymore. It's like totally possible now. I don't know if that's like I don't know if that works for everybody. I don't know if that's attainable for everybody, but it's always worked for me. That's my secret hack. If you just push through the first one, suddenly the rest of it is like a breeze. It's all about exercising discipline enough to start the process. I think initiation is usually the hardest part. More than follow through, it's just getting started. But again, it depends on who you are. There are different things that work for different people, so I can't say that it would work for everybody. Taking a shower is key to a productive day, as silly as it sounds. No, I'm exactly the same way. I realize that might sound goofy. It might even sound gross. But genuinely, if I don't get up in the morning and do my morning routine, I'm not gonna get anything done. I'm not gonna do a single thing that day. I'm not gonna work. I'm not gonna stream. I'm not gonna record. I'm gonna lay in bed and I'm gonna rot. I'm gonna start growing mushrooms. So yeah, no, I try to do that every single day. It's like washing my face and getting dressed, changing everything, doing my bed sheets, stuff like that. That sets me on the path to a productive day. And so pushing through that first step every single day it's kind of given me the life that I want to have, you know, a life that is more organized, more put together. And obviously I still fall off sometimes. There are times where you're not gonna succeed every single day, you know, but that's okay because you just pick it up the next day. You just pick it up the next day, you make up for it, and everything's fine. It's okay to take your time with these things, I think, especially if you've got the people around you that can support you in these situations. I'm rooting for you.